Cars are out on track. Here we go once more for the PlayStation Pacific Open Series Tier 1 Championship. And after a few weeks hiatus, we are back on track. Good to see the cars circulating once more. I'm your host, Mike Wilson. Joining me for qualifying is my co-host, Sonny Wilson. Good evening, Sonny.
Thanks, Dad. I really like that. I'm in the commentary box here. Thanks, everyone, for having me here. And I hope we have a good race today.
Yes,
as we're just with banana cake pie.
Looking forward to some exciting action here on the Imola circuit, and only hours away from the actual Imola race in the Worldwide Real Formula 1 Championship. Good to see the races in sync at the moment. Always makes it that little bit more exciting to talk about. Gavin Arnold joining us in the comments. The Ted Kravitz, good to have him back on scene, and he gives a big hello to Sonny there in the comments. Nice to have you with us, Gavin. Keep us in tune, in touch, and up to date with all that's happening down there in the pits as we continue to watch Banana Cake Pie head out on his fast lap now. Here we go. First lap in anger for a few weeks, for the first time since we've been out on track at the Melbourne Grand Prix, and hope you all got a chance to get out to the Melbourne Grand Prix, Australian Grand Prix rather, after 3 years of waiting. But yes, good to see that we are pretty much getting back to normality, race-wise, crowd-wise especially. I mean, how good, Sonny, have the crowds been at all the races since F1 has returned?
Oh, they are just literally pumped to see this F1.
And we got Goodwill joining us in the comments as well. Hello, Goodwill. As unfortunately Banana Cake Pie invalidates his lap, we'll find someone else. We'll go with Karma now. He's heading down to turns 1 and 2 to make his way out on track for the first hot lap of the Red Bulls afternoon. Alright, so heading up the hill now is the Red Bull out of Tosa towards Piratella. Don't want to go too wide there. Easy to invalidate your lap on the exit of Piratella, but he's managed to keep that. That's almost commentator cursed him off the track at Aqua Minerale. Basilon Tour goes to the top now early on. That's a Haas. 1-2, immediately split up by championship leader Will, but he fails to take the top spot by 3 1/1000ths. We'll try and come back to Will, see if we can catch him on a hot lap at the moment. Kavuti's come and gone just as fast as he turned up. The Aston Martin driver will take a look at Prezzo. He's about to, well, try and pop a lap in as he goes round Tosa. Gets out of the way, though, for the Ferrari of what I assume is Grimmy or Will, but they've all put in their laps, so the lap time's coming in pretty hot and fast now. Here we watch Banana Cake Pie. No, we watch him enter the pits, so we're not having much luck trying to catch a driver on a fast lap.
But there is, who is it? PRL Aussie has spun off randomly out of nowhere. It's already half gotten excited here at Imola as he approaches.
He's going off again.
He's going off at Tosa and smashes the sign
through the styrofoam board. I think he might have just been doing the nice thing and trying to hop out of the way there. It looks spectacular, but seems to have all his chassis in one piece for now, but won't be setting a fast lap. Perhaps Tent Sandals can do it. Let's see how the Alfa Romeo driver goes. Purple first sector, good start from the Alfa Romeo driver.
Yep. Great start as Tent Sandals approaches Piratella as he's heading down the straight through 9 to Aqua Minerale. The infamous turn that could catch you out because you have to brake on turn 10 and not 11.
Yeah, we saw him. For those of you who watched the actual F1 last night or yesterday, a lot of drivers getting caught out on that corner. Obviously, wet conditions. It was quite a slippery track for them to deal with, but it is a tricky corner nonetheless. Sort of similar to Bahrain turns 9 and 10. That's for sure.
Yeah, Fernando Alonso going off at the Aquamilla Rally in qualifying. Q2 or Q3 it is, probably Q3.
Actually, here goes Scotty for his first hot lap of the day in the AlphaTauri. Perhaps you can take us for a ride, Sonny.
Yup. So we've gone through the Tamburello chicane, or on this circuit's from above, but first is Traguardo, then Tamburello, as we just go through the Villeneuve chicane where he goes wide into Tosa, going down the straight to Piratella. This could be a good lap from Scotty here as he enters Piratella. Hope he's not too wide on the curve, don't want to be pull out. Infamous Aquamilla Rally. He's just nailed Aquamilla Rally as we're heading to the Variante Alta right there now. As we are heading towards my favourite turns on Imola pretty much. Ravazza 1, and then to round it all off, Ravazza 2, and coming down the start finish to complete his hot lap.
Good enough for 6th position, 1.1. Oh, sorry, that's wrong. It's less than a second off the pace. Scotty, 6th in the standings, 4th in the championship standings at the moment.
Oh, he's gone off. He's gone off.
Oh, and
no.
Just like that, his day is done. Scotty, unfortunately, becoming a bit of a, I don't want to say a habit, I don't want to put the man down while he's already in the dirt, but he's had a few errors this season, brought in from last even, and that's going to be his qualifying session done. Hopefully for his sake, that lap will be good enough to keep him by some miracle on the 3rd row, but we'll see how the rest of the session pans out as we watch Drow. He goes up to 4th. Not bad for the Haas driver. And FRAJS, I think we'll go with. Looks like a new driver in the race this week. We haven't quite seen him before, I don't think, unless there's been a name change I'm not aware of, unless it's Delicious, but we might need to grab confirmation on that one. For now, we'll just go with FRL in the meantime. He's on top, and by a good 2/10 at the moment as well, as we see Scotty's wheel in the background up against the fence. Here comes PRL Aussie out of the pits. He's about to go and try and put in a hot lap, yet to set a time in the Red Bull. Let's see how he goes.
So let's see how he goes, as you just said. And he is coming out to the pit exit right now to begin his out lap. Going a bit fairly slow.
He's trying to let that Williams through who doesn't want to go through. So we'll see if we can find someone else on a hot lap there. We'll just get the
Tamburello chicane.
Here we go. PRL Saint, the Mercedes now absolutely whipping the guts out of that Mercedes through the Villeneuve through Tamburello chicane, approaching Villeneuve now.
And there goes Scotty's wheel again.
Poor old Scotty's wheel left as a reminder of what once was as the Mercedes goes through Tosa up the hill now. Looks like there's a bit of pace in that car. We've seen from time to time PRL Saint maybe not the best race results, but can put in a lap in qualifying. Apologise, I did drop the controller there on the floor. Here we go. Technical difficulties. We fix that up as he whips his way through the Variante Alta down to Ravazza.
Can we go to the...
Over the start finish line now. Good enough for fourth up to the second row. 7/10 adrift for the top time. But PRL Saint, good enough for a second row spot as it stands. Championship leader now out on track, coming in for an out lap. See if we can catch someone else in the meantime. Well, Buster sitting middle of the pack at the moment, down to Aqua Minerale.
Gonna bust the fence.
Busting a move through the Minerale. Pretty, a little wobbly there. What was that? I'm not sure. You never know if this bloke, if it's his driving or his internet connection, but we'll see how he goes. I think he's maybe backed off that lap. Yeah, it's not a fast lap at all, so we'll leave him. I'll tell you what, we'll keep it. Championship leader, 8th now in the standings, 1:15.5. He's currently at the top of the standings. We're about to see him go for a hot lap.
DNS last round in Melbourne.
Yeah, didn't start in Melbourne. That's a good point. He did not race at the last round in Melbourne. Gave his opponents a good chance to catch up in the points standing.
Leading by 42 points in the standings, so it's Grimmy, who was first last round.
Yeah, Grimmy was the winner in Melbourne, his Ferrari teammate. And you mentioned 42-point lead. Only this race and 2 more to go in the championship.
Mexico and Abu Dhabi, I really just can't wait to see the championship battle really heat up here.
I'm with you on that one, mate. Still a chance. He's certainly been the dominant driver of the series so far as we watch him go through the Villeneuve chicane as the yellow flag comes out in Sector 1. That's the McLaren letting the Ferrari through. But yes, definitely been the dominant driver of the series so far. But has, with a few races missed, has allowed his opponents just to keep in touch. A few of them, albeit mathematically, but his main rival at the moment would be his teammate. It's Grimmy, who currently now has that provisional pole time of a 1:14.5, sorry.
Sorry to interrupt your timing screen, but I think that was the McLaren Williams laying through an Alfa Romeo and not a Ferrari. You might have got confused by the colour.
Plenty of traffic on track, that's for sure. I wouldn't want to get anything wrong with this bloke beside me in the commentary box as Will crosses the line, goes to provisional pole with a 1:14.381.
Perfect lap, sorry. As that was just a purple all. I think anyone will probably be able to beat it, except maybe the top 10.
It's a pretty...
Assuming Scotty can't beat it.
Very strong time, although we've got to keep a look at Basil on tour. And this is interesting. We saw originally Drow up there, quite high up in the standings. The rest have since punched in a lap and demoted the Haas driver to 18th. Basil on tour up there in 3rd. It's been a bit of... Well, this lap's invalidated, unfortunately. Been a bit of a lackluster. He goes wide, making his way to the pits, as he sits in 3rd currently, but he's had a bit of a lackluster series and trying to make up for it late in the season. But this is a good result so far as the Haas cars are concerned. Basil makes his way back into the pits, and so does Banana Cake Pie in the Alfa Romeo.
Looks like Banana Cake Pie finishing 6th in the standings currently. He is on 120 points, 136 is the gap to Wee, our championship leader. Banana Cake Pie, 4th last round, as his teammate Tent Sandals finishing a brilliant 2nd last round of 143 points, needs to have 113.
Yeah, he really put in a good result last time out in Melbourne, 10th Sandals. There was improvement there. I could be wrong, but I think the Alfa Romeo driver may have in recent times switched from controller to steering wheel. And the result, if that's the case, the results were pretty evident. He was really hot to trot last week. Didn't just finish second, but was challenging for the lead of the race right at the death there. Another guy who was at one point was Karma in the Red Bull. He's also out of the session, and he only set a 117 flat, so he will be starting from the back of the grid.
Last row, 19th, as we just want to talk about Buster quickly. 100 points, needs 156 to match Wee. Now that is a lot. One podium in South.
Oh, hang on, the Alfa Romeo's gone off and just swiped the wall right in the same spot where Scotty met his demise. But he's managed to keep going. Won't be a fast lap, of course. That'll be his qualifying session done as far as the Alfa Romeo team are concerned.
Yeah, as 10 Sandals, he was probably on a hot lap. That's just ruined it completely as he just nearly dodges Scotty's wheel.
I'll just correct myself there. I did say that was the qualifying session done as far as Alfa Romeo are concerned. Banana Cake Pie will make it round to the start-finish line before the end of the session, so he will get one more flyer in. Now, this is where the session gets pretty hectic. Last laps for all these guys. Now, who's it going to be? They're all going to start firing in some hot laps here.
I think it's FRL Jies is out.
He's done. His day done and dusted. He's been in the pits, lap over. Won't be going higher than the second row. Here comes Grimmy now, challenging his teammate for the top spot. Will stick with the Ferrari driver, needs to find 2/10.
So my pick for whoever's going to start first, that would be either Wee, it's Grimmy, he's on a flyer, 10 Sandals, or maybe PRL.
We're watching Grimmy now through Acqua Minerale. Plenty of grip in that Ferrari, as we can see. Looks pretty much glued to the road through that sequence of corners. Now Varianti-Valter. His car's stuck to the road. My mouth isn't. But he's still going on now as he heads down to Ravata 1.
Someone's off.
It might just be, I think we've just got a Williams there, buddy, tucking out of the way, getting out of everyone's way to let traffic through. Here comes Grimmy now over the start-finish line. What's it going to be? Not good enough. I think he improved, but not good enough to take the top spot. A 1:14.5. He'll miss out by about 5 100ths, 7 100ths even, if I'd have managed to pass math at school.
So sorry, it wasn't serious. No one's car was seriously harmed except for that Red Bull. It was just an Aston Martin who just accidentally flew off the track.
Cars going everywhere there. We managed to see. I thought Kavuti's had the teammate of this man's got a qualifying ban, Kavuti. That's why he's out of the session. Buster going for one last run at it. The rest have pretty much finished their laps. Will went for one last shot at the pole, didn't manage to improve. Buster's invalidated this lap. I think that's going to be it. As far as qualifying's concerned, I can't see who's out there still setting fastest laps. And that's going to be it. Will and Grimmy, first and second in the championship, first and second for the start of the Imola Grand Prix.
So Team Ferrari will be happy with that quali result.
Absolutely. It could be an interesting run down to the first corner come race time. Be interesting to see what FRL Jies has to say about it as well. So we'll try and get those results up on screen for you very shortly, but it's going to be a Ferrari 1-2 in qualifying. Will it remain that way in the race? We'll bring the results up for you on screen, and the answers to those questions will come to you right after a very short break. Please don't go anywhere. Alright folks, we're only moments away from the beginning of the Imola Grand Prix. You're tuned into the PlayStation Pacific Open Series Tier 1 Championship. Third last round of the season. This man on screen, the leader of the championship as it stands, 42-point lead over his teammate. It's Grimmy there, just behind him on the grid. As we wait for the red lights to come on, 5 lights come on. When they all go out, that signals the beginning of the race. Snickers Bud gets disqualified immediately. Does he? What's going on? We see him take off now. Not sure if we've got an issue or a false start. Will we get a light sequence? It's not looking good at the moment. I'll try and work out what's going on here. Not looking good at all. I'm just going to give it a minute or so, see what happens. Just going to see if that lap, well, Snickers Bud not showing on the map. We saw him launch off late around the circuit and for that initial lap. Hoping somewhere in Snickers Bud's world that'll bring him round to the grid and we can get going, but still just waiting patiently. Commentator's nightmare, this one. Fans up in the crowd continue to wave their flags. We love coming to Imola. Getting amongst the local fans, the cuisine. Always a great atmosphere. Here we go, we've got lights. We could be in business. And the race gets underway. The Ferraris lead off. There's a William having to jag to the side in the background there, avoiding collision as it stands. The Ferraris race down to turn 1. That Williams has gone off in the background. Will holds his spot. Grimmy's going to fight for it and takes the lead. Oh, wow. Bold move. And there's the Scotty off, is it? Is it Scotty? We've got cars colliding everywhere. Now, is this... Oh, wow. Collisions left, right and centre. And because it's a false race, they've got me again. We're not... This isn't going to be the race. That was fun while it lasted. We're going to restart. That's why there's cars flying off everywhere in the background. Well, if anyone got excitement out of it, it was me. Alright, so if you're tuned in and watching the action, this is not the actual race. We're going to get a full restart happening. Get it going once more. Please stay with us. We appreciate your patience. Bear with us on this one. We'll get restarted as soon as we can. So if you have somehow just joined us, this is not the race. We are going to restart at some point. We're just waiting for a new lobby to be organised. In the meantime, the just working on a lobby restart at the moment, guys. Bear with us. I really don't want to end the broadcast and have to start a new one. We'll just pop back out here and see if there's any new invites there. There is not. So we're going to try and get this sorted ASAP. Thank you for your patience on this one. For those of you who missed qualifying, I don't have the full results in front of me at the moment, but it was championship leader Will in the Ferrari, took pole. He leads the championship on 256 points, and just behind him in the championship, it's Grimmy, who finished just behind him in qualifying as well. 42 points adrift, 214 points after winning last round in Will's absence. Made up a nice haul of points to just keep the championship alive. With this round and 2 more to go after this one, we have Mexico next week, followed by the finale in Abu Dhabi. Looks like this session's coming to an end now. As I said, folks, we thank you for your patience. We don't want to end this stream. I know you don't want to hear me gibbering on the whole time. Gavin Arnold in the comments posing the question, have Ferrari taken the Constructors' Championship already? That's a good question. Not one we follow closely generally, given that there's a bit of a lack of emphasis on the Constructors' Championship in this competition. But I'll just take a look, see if we can get a look and get an idea. It's our new invite. We're just trying to get the new session fired up now. Seems to be a bit of an issue joining that one. Come on, game. Get us in there. Still having issues here, bear with me.